Hello everyone, welcome back in this JEE Mains 2020 paper discussion. So now I'm going to start a series जहाँ पे हम हर साल के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे एंड यू मस्ट बी नोइंग कि एक साल में बहुत सारे पेपर्स होते हैं ऑब्वियसली JEE मेंस में। तो 20 की अगर हम बात करें तो फर्स्ट शिफ्ट, सेकंड शिफ्ट, फिर नेक्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शिफ्ट, सेकंड शिफ्ट, तो सारी चीज़ें हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। तो आज स्टार्ट करते हैं और स्पेशल थिंग ये है अबाउट दिस सेशन कि जो भी एक्सप्लेनेशन होगा वो डिटेल होगा, सो दैट कि कहीं भी अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन आ जाता है तो आप बड़े आराम से क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर पाएंगे। किसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है? तो जो जेई वाले स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके लिए तो इम्पॉर्टेंट है ही। अगर आप नीट के स्टूडेंट्स हैं तो भी आपके लिए काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि ये देखा गया है कि जेई मेंस एंड नीट के बहुत सारे कॉन्सेप्ट रिपीट हुए हैं। डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन तो खैर मैं नहीं बोलूँगा, बट हाँ कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत रिपीट हुए हैं। तो ये दोनों ही के लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है, भले ही आप जेई मेंस की तैयारी कर रहे हो या फिर आप नीट की तैयारी कर रहे हो। So let's start. Hello, medical lovers and Govind. Let's start. So my name is Supreet Singh and having more than 8 years teaching experience. My qualification BTech Electronics and Communication, MTech Electronics. अगर आपने अभी तक इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं करा है तो फटाफट से सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और वीडियो को तो लाइक करना ही है एज यूजुअल, राइट ना। दिस इज टेलीग्राम चैनल, दिस इज माय पर्सनल टेलीग्राम चैनल एंड हेलो फिजिक्स चैनल। आप दोनों को ही सब्सक्राइब कर लेना और क्लास के बाद जो भी नोटिफिकेशन है या जो भी नोट्स होते हैं क्लास के वो मैं वहाँ पे अपलोड कर देता हूँ। दिस इज स्पेशल क्लास। मैं आपको बता दूं कि इस स्पेशल क्लास में भी हम नीट के क्वेश्चंस की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं। ये सेशन कैसे जाने वाला है, तो अनअकैडमी के लर्निंग ऐप पे मैं नीट के प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस करा रहा हूँ और यूट्यूब पे जेईई मेंस के क्वेश्चंस करा रहा हूँ, प्लस एडवांस के भी मैं कराऊंगा, आपको दोनों के ही कराऊंगा मैं। तो यहाँ पे जेईई एंड स्पेशल पे नीट के, तो आप दोनों ही क्लास अटेंड कर सकते हो। कल की टाइमिंग में बता दूं, कल की टाइमिंग है 6 to 7 PM एंड 7:15 to 8:15, जहाँ पे हम 2019 के क्वेश्चंस करेंगे। ठीक है, आज हमने किया था 2020 के क्वेश्चंस, तो ये चलता ही रहेगा जब तक कि आप पूरे अच्छे से मैच्योर ना हो जाओ और क्वेश्चन की क्लैरिटी को समझ ना पाओ। ठीक है, चलिए तो अब स्टार्ट करते हैं आज के लेक्चर को। आज के लेक्चर को हम यहीं से अब स्टार्ट करते हैं। दिस वाज द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 आस्क इन जेई 2020 के 7th जैन वाले पेपर का शिफ्ट 1, उसकी बात कर रहा हूं मैं। फर्स्ट है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग गिव्स रिवर्सिबल ऑपरेशन, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग गिव्स रिवर्सिबल ऑपरेशन। तो आपको समझना होगा कि रिवर्सिबल का मतलब क्या होता है। रिवर्सिबल जैसे आप हीट एंड थर्मोडायनेमिक्स में बात करते हैं कि साइकिल होता है, रिवर्सिबल होता है। तो सिंपल सी बात है कि अगर आपने इनपुट और आउटपुट को एक्सचेंज कर लिया, मतलब क्या आप आउटपुट से इनपुट एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं? क्या आप आउटपुट से इनपुट एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हो? अगर आप ये 4 ऑप्शन हैं, अगर मैं यहाँ से इनपुट दूँ, तो देखो यहाँ पे सिंगल इनपुट और 2 आउटपुट, बट एट द सेम टाइम यहाँ पे 2 इनपुट है और 1 आउटपुट है। तो क्या रिवर्सिबल में अगर इसको यूज़ करें तो क्या ये काम करेगा? नहीं करेगा। इनपुट 2 है, 1 आउटपुट है। तो जब आउटपुट में आप इनपुट में लगाओगे, मतलब इसको अगर आप इनपुट में लगाओगे तो एक ही तो इनपुट है और 2 आउटपुट आ रहे हैं। सो दिस कैन नॉट बी एक्ट एज रिवर्सिबल ऑपरेशन। वैसे ही बी भी नहीं हो पाएगा, डी भी नहीं हो पाएगा, सिर्फ एक ही बचता है, दैट इज सी। यहाँ पे इनपुट भी सिंगल है, आउटपुट भी सिंगल है। यहाँ पे इसको वी कैन यूज, क्योंकि बाकी से कंपेयर करिए आप तो बाकी में तो चांस ही नहीं है। दैट्स वाई सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन। आई एम होपिंग कि सबको कॉन्सेप्ट की क्लैरिटी है इस क्वेश्चन की। ऑलराइट, लेट्स मूव ऑन विद द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। दिस इज वेरी फंडामेंटल एंड वेरी बेसिक क्वेश्चन, जो कि फॉर्मूला बेस्ड है। पावर का जो फॉर्मूला होता है, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट पावर, क्या क्या फॉर्मूला होता है? एवरेज पावर, इंस्टेंटेनियस पावर। इंस्टेंटेनियस पावर के 2 फॉर्म होते हैं। एक होता है रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ व्हाट, रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ वर्क डन, पी इक्वल टू क्या होता है? डी डब्ल्यू अपॉन डी टी। इफ यू टॉक अबाउट इंस्टेंटेनियस पावर, पाई पी इंस्टेंट, ये होता है डी डब्ल्यू अपॉन डी टी। दिस इज फॉर्मूला नंबर 1। एक और फॉर्मूला होता है, ये होता है एफ वेक्टर डॉट वी वेक्टर। You need to be very careful whenever we are dealing with instantaneous power, right? So in this question we have to apply instantaneous formula. Now everything is given, let's try to solve this particular question. First, let's write all the given parameters. Here it is given that a 60 HP horsepower, 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. This is also very important. 1 HP is equal to 746 watt, because whenever we are dealing in like any question, we need to convert into SI unit. So first we have to convert horsepower into watt. So that is also very important thing. One 60 HP electric motor lifts an elevator with a maximum total load capacity 2000 kg. That means if you talk about elevator, maximum जो load है that is 2000 kg. Next is if the frictional force on the elevator is 4000 Newton. Now the point is very simple. Just tell me, so what is the role of friction? Will it like increase load or it will decrease load? Can you tell me this thing? Friction, what is the role of friction? This will increase or this will decrease? The answer is this will increase, right? This will increase. That means overall, if this is lift and lift this, or this is 2000 kg, and suppose we are moving this lift upward. Let's try to understand. In that case, friction will also act in this direction. Are you guys getting my point? So friction is how much? This is 4000 Newton, right? And already 2000 kg. So this comes out as this is 20000 Newton. How? This is actually mg. Am I clear to everyone? So ultimately net force that this F net must be equal to or greater than this F net must be or greater than 20,000 plus 4,000, right? So this comes out as 24000. This is the net force required to move this lift, because if we are pulling this now, so we have to apply force more than load as well as friction, right? Now the question is the speed of elevator at full load is close to. So how to think? Power is given. We know that we have two formula for power, dw upon dt, and second formula is f vector dot v vector. So here we need to obtain what? Speed. So we have to use this formula. So what we can say? We can say P instantaneous is equal to F and V, because cos 0, here theta is 0 degree, because we are pulling and velocity is in the same direction. So theta is 0 degree, cos 0 is 1, right? So P is equal to FV. So from here we will get the value of V. This is equal to P upon F. Everything is given. You need to put the values and you will get the answer. So P is 60 horsepower. 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watt. So this comes out as 60 horsepower. So 60 into 746 upon this is power upon applied force. Applied force is what? 24,000. Are you guys getting my point? So 24000. When you divide, you will get the answer. So after dividing, what you are getting? Can anyone tell me what you are getting? So after division, you will get around 1.86 meter per second. So which option is best appropriate? So for this, you can say option number A is the correct one. So it's a very simple application of this formula. So अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि like ये JEE का level है और NEET, so answer is both. No, because basic, this is a fundamental level. Let's move on. This type of question is very, very important. This type of question is very, very important because this is kind of some analogy. So you have LCR circuit, you have like a damping circuit. So do you remember that damping formula? How to write the damping formula, how to obtain the result? So if you memorize this SHM damping equation in SHM, what was the formula? Can anyone tell me what was the formula in damping of SHM? Because if we are generating now, so this is the damping actually. So in this situation, the value of F net is equal to minus K into X minus P into V. What is V? V is velocity, B is damping constant, right? K is spring constant, you can say, and X is elongation in the spring. Just remember that diagram, that graph. So you must have heard about this formula. F net is equal to minus Kx minus B into V. Am I clear to everyone? Right. All right. Next is, what is the value of F net? So can I say F net is equal to mass into acceleration? So this is mass into acceleration is equal to minus Kx minus B into velocity. Can we write velocity as dx upon dt? Can we write velocity as dx upon dt? Yes. What about acceleration? So for acceleration, what we can write? This is dv upon dt. This is dv upon dt. Or you can write d2x, because what we know so far, we know that if we talk about acceleration, the value of acceleration is dv upon dt, or we can write double differentiation of displacement. So d2x upon dt square. Am I clear to everyone? d2x upon dt square. So here, instead of writing dv upon dt, you can write this as double differentiation. You can write double differentiation. So I'm just writing this double differentiation of x upon dt is equal to minus kx minus b dx upon dt. Dividing both sides by m. Dividing both sides by m. Why we are doing all these? We are just we want to get some comparable form so that we can compare. In this situation, or you can bring all these terms towards left. So we can write this as m into d2x upon dt square. This is dt square plus b dx upon dt plus kx is equal to 0. You must have seen such type of expression in SHM, right? Yes or no? Come on, let me know. You must have seen such type of expression in SHM. Now we have to compare this thing with LCR circuit. And what is LCR circuit? LCR circuit is the combination of inductor, capacitor, and resistor. So I am drawing a LCR circuit, one LCR circuit. So this is L, this is C, and this is R, and this is the supplied voltage. This is supplied voltage. All right. So in this situation, if I am writing voltage across each element, or you can say KVL. So what I can write? So here I can write this as C. Across inductor, this is plus minus, and plus minus. So what I can write? Minus L di upon dt, right? Minus q upon c, minus I into R. Yes or no? We can write now is equal to 0. This is just a representation where we have not connected this AC supply. So here is the symbol like C. If we have LCR circuit, in that case, what we can write? We can write like this. All right. So how is this current? This current is because of charge on this capacitor. This current is due to charge on this capacitor. So ultimately equal to 0. That means taking minus common, we can write this as L di upon dt plus IR plus Q by C is equal to 0. Our target is to compare LCR circuit with the damping one so that we will find some equivalent. So how to compare? Here double differentiation, left side double differentiation, right side single differentiation. How to compare? It's very simple. We know that I is equal to dq upon dt. We know I is equal to dq upon dt. So if I am putting I, value of I, so here it will be L differentiation of what? I is dq upon dt. Am I clear? Plus here I will write dq upon dt into what? R plus Q by C is equal to 0. So one more step, and thereafter we will be able to compare left equation and right equation. How? So after this, actually I don't have a space right now, so what I'm doing is I'm writing here. So L d2q upon dt square plus dq upon dt in bracket R, or you can say multiplication R, plus Q by C. I'm hoping this is visible to everyone. All right, let's compare these two equations. Which equation? So this is equation number 1. Okay, all right, and this is equation number 2. Let's compare these two and you will get the relation. So in this situation here, what is the coefficient of d2q upon dt square? L. And here what? M. That means if we talk about analogy, so what we can say? M is corresponding to L. This is the analogy, M and L. Second part, B. How to compare B? So B, if you see here, this is R. So can I say that B is equivalent? B is equivalent to what? This is equivalent to R. All right. And third one is, see, dx. So K, because left in this equation function is x, x function. Here Q function, so 1 by C. So what we can say, K correspond to 1 by C. So which one is correct? If you compare, which one is correct? Come on. Which one is correct? So option number A is correct. Right? One more very important information. Please don't memorize this result. If you are memorizing now, so हो सकता है एग्जाम में थोड़ा सा चेंज आ जाए, इंस्टीड ऑफ सीरीज एलसीआर आपसे पूछ लिया जाए पैरेलल, उस केस में ये वैल्यूज चेंज हो जाएगी. सो try to understand the concept part is important, and the correct answer is option number A. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Do you have any doubt? Come on. So I think no doubt till now, no doubt. All right, let's move on with this question. This was question number 4. Come on, this is question number 4. How to solve this particular question? It is given that as shown in figure, a bob of mass m is tied by a massless string whose other end portion is wound on a freewheel disc of radius r and mass m. All right, so this is like here, like this and like this. Okay, when released from the rest, the bob starts falling vertically. Obviously this will start falling vertically downward. When it has covered a distance h, the angular speed of the wheel will be. So this is like a very simple question. What you have to do is you have to conserve energy because no external force is acting here. So after conservation of energy, we will get the answer. It's a very simple. So see what is happening here. Due to the mass, the tendency of this block is to move downward. Let's take after covering distance h. This is block at this location. Now this block is having kinetic energy. This block will have some velocity. That means this has some kinetic energy. At the same time, this pulley will start rotating with some angular velocity, and we have to obtain that angular velocity because question is when it has covered distance h, angular speed of the wheel. Let's take angular speed is omega. Now it's a very simple. We have to apply energy conservation. So you can either write proper method like total energy initial, total energy final, and then you can write, or you can think. How to think? I'm just telling you how to think, how to approach this question. If this block shifted to this part, once again, if this block shifted from this point to this point, that means that block is releasing some potential energy. This block is releasing some potential energy. How much is that potential energy? Come on. If we are shifting this block from this point to this point, so how much potential energy is released? mgh. And which thing is using that energy? So first, this block is using that energy as well as this pulley is using that energy. Once again, if we are shifting this block from this point to this point, so potential energy is released, that is used by this pulley as well as this block to get some kinetic energy. So directly what we can write this as decrease in potential energy, that is mgh, must be equal to gain in kinetic energy of the ball or block, whatever you want, half mv square plus gain in kinetic energy of this pulley. So this is performing rotational motion, so half I omega square. That's the thing. Now you can easily solve because we have to obtain the value of omega. One more thing, because in this question it is given that no slipping, and whenever no slipping, in that case, whenever no slipping means no slipping of rope or string over this pulley, no slipping of string over this pulley, in that case we can write v is equal to omega into r. So what we can say, omega is equal to v upon r. What about moment of inertia? So it is given that this is basically in the form of disk. So the value of moment of inertia, this is mr square by 2. Now everything is given. You need to put the value and you will get the answer, right? How many chances of JEE Main questions can come in NEET 2020? Kevin, see, we cannot predict that part, but based on previous you can say concepts or previous papers, it has been observed that concept of few of the questions are common in NEET and JEE Mains. So I will strongly recommend, if you are targeting good rank in NEET examination, in that case, you should solve JEE Mains question if you are aspirant of NEET examination, right? So mgh is equal to half mv square plus half I omega square. Now we will put all the value and we'll get the result. So here mgh is equal to half mv square plus half, what is the value of I? So I, we know mr square by 2 into omega square. So m gets cancelled out. One more thing, here two variables are there. V, okay, so Satyam is getting option number B. All right, we'll check. So can we say V is equal to, so first is we can cancel out m cancel out. So GH is equal to 1 by 2 into, we'll put the value of V because we want omega. So from here V is equal to omega into R. So omega square R square plus R square by 4 omega square. So now we will put all the value and we'll get the value of omega. Come on, put all the values and tell me the final answer. Because I think now you can solve this question. I think you can solve this question. I think Satyam, please check your calculation. Answer should be option number A. Please check your calculation. Check your calculation and let me, are you getting how we know the value of I? It's very simple, Riti. If you see the question here, it is already mentioned that portion is wound on a flywheel disc. This is disc, right? So that's why we have to take mr square by 2. If in the question it is like hollow cylinder, in that case you can take directly mr square. Solid cylinder, mr square by 2. In that way we have to think. All right. So GH is equal to half omega square R square plus R square omega square by 4. Now, after solving, what you are getting? Tell me. Let me solve. So taking LCM. So GH is equal to omega square R square by 2 plus, are you guys getting option number A? Yes, Aparna. A is the correct answer. R square omega square by 4. Taking omega square common. So GH is equal to omega square taking common. This is R square by 2 plus R square by 4. So GH is equal to omega square. Now just a simple calculation. 2R square plus R square. So this is GH is equal to omega square into 3R square by 4. So omega square is equal to 4GH upon 3R square. Right. So if you see option, so here correct answer is omega is equal to, this is under root of 4GH upon 3R square. You can say 1 by R under root of 4GH upon 3. So correct answer is option number A. I'm hoping this question is clear to everyone. Let's move on. Okay, what about this one? This is not very difficult. This is just formula based of center of mass. I mean, center of mass concept you need to apply. Very, very simple. Come on, tell me answer. What will be the answer of this question? Come on, everyone. Clear. All right. In this particular question, it is given that 3-point particles of masses 1 kg, 1.5 kg and 2.5 kg are placed at corners of a triangle, right triangle of side 4, 3 and 5 as shown. As shown, that means there must be a figure. So I think I forgot to add figure or maybe typing error. Let me just make that figure. So 5 centimeter as shown. So let's take this is 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter and this is 5 centimeter. All right. Now the center of mass of the system with respect to 1 kg mass is at the point. So we have to locate point masses. So let's take this is 1 kg. This was given in the question actually. This is 1.5 kg, 2.5 kg. The center of mass of the system with respect to 1 kg mass is at the point. All right. So what we can do one thing. Just write all the coordinates. So here we can say if this is, we are assuming this as x-axis. If we say this is y-axis, so what we can say, its coordinate is 0, 0. What about the coordinate of 1.5 kg? I think some lag is there. Am I audible properly? Come on. Am I audible properly? Seems like I am audible. All right. So what is the coordinate of this? So we can say 3, 0. And what about coordinate of 2.5? So here we can say 0, 4. All right. Now we need to find center of mass. So for x center of mass, we can say m1 x1 plus m2 x2 upon m1 plus m3 x3 upon m1 plus m2 plus m3. Now we have to put all these value and we'll get the answer. So the value of m1, if I'm assuming this as m1, if I'm assuming this as m2, if I'm assuming this as m3, right? In that case, we'll put all the values and we'll get the answer. It's a very simple calculation. So 1 into x1 is 0. The value of m1 is 1, x1 is 0, plus value of m2 is 1.5 into x2. x2 is 3, plus value of m3, 2.5 into 0 upon m1 plus m2 plus m3. 1 plus 1.5 plus 2.5. Video is not clear. Okay. Itna simple. Yes, Aryan. This is paper. I mean, I'm not taking this question from my own. This is a question asked in the JEE Mains. So this is 4.5 upon 2.5 plus 1.5 is 4 plus 1, 5. So this comes out as 0.9. That means first x center of mass is 0.9. Similarly, we can obtain y center of mass and we'll get the answer. So now, come on, tell me. I'm not going to obtain y center of mass. You need to tell me y center of mass. What is y center of mass? So we can say m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 upon m1 plus m2 plus m3. m1 plus m2 plus m3. You need to put all the values, right? And you will get y center of mass. So I'm putting value. So m1 is like 1 into 0 plus m2 is 1.5 into 0 plus 2.5 into 4 upon addition of all three. 1 plus 1.5 plus 2.5. So now you can solve, right? So y center of mass you will get 2. Which one is correct answer? Which one is correct? So B is the correct. So 0.9 centimeter to the right and 1 kg, right of 1 kg and 2 centimeter above 1 kg. This is Y and this is X. So B is the correct one. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Any doubt in this? Yes or no? B. Yes, B is the correct one. B is the correct one. All right. Now this is very important question and you can say a little bit difficult and important one. A parallel plate capacitor has plates of area A separated by a distance d. It is filled with a dielectric which has dielectric constant K. Okay? No. Okay. So K into 1 plus alpha into X, where X is the distance measured from one of the plates if for this condition the capacitance of the system is. Come on. Okay. Aparna, I'm not getting your doubt. Can you please write what is your doubt? In this situation, see, if dielectric is constant, so we can directly write capacitance formula is epsilon naught A by D multiplied by dielectric constant. But here, this dielectric is changing. Along its length. So such type of questions has multiple variations. I'm showing you some variations. It might be like we have a plates like this and we are inserting dielectrics. So here this is dielectric and is given that the value of K is changing along its length. See, X is the distance measured from one of the plates. Means if we are moving, let's take total distance is D. So if we are moving from plate A to B, the value of dielectric constant is changing like this. So when X is 0, so when X is 0, so this is what? This is K into 1 plus 0 into alpha. So this comes out as K, and here dielectric constant is K into 1 plus alpha into D. That means dielectric constant is changing. All right. So we have to find capacitance. So this is the variation number 1. In this such type of situation, we have to take one element. We have to take one element. Okay. 2 kg, that is the option B. Why not below 2 kg? Okay. राम जस्ट बता दीजिए कि अच्छा नहीं गया, नेक्स्ट टाइम आप इम्प्रूव करेंगे, उनको पढ़ के दिखाइए कि लाइक आप मेहनत कर रहे हो अब, तो ऑब्वियसली उनको लगेगा कि आप 8 घंटे 10 घंटे आप स्टडी कर रहे हैं, उनको भी अच्छा लगेगा, राइट? नाउ व्हाई इट इज अबव 2 kg, दैट इज ऑप्शन बी, व्हाई नॉट ऑप्शन 2 kg? लेट मी चेक. You are saying that above 2 kg, that is option B, why not below 2 kg? I'm not getting actually your Aparna, your question. Let me just try to explain this part. See, in this question, what is the final answer? So final answer is here. This is the final answer, and this is 0.9, and this is what? This is 2. So clearly you can see, if you see option number B, so 0.9 centimeter to the right of 1 kg. So this is 1 kg. I'm showing with the help of pointer. See here. So this is the point. So for this point, we have to move towards right 0.9 and 2 centimeter above 1 kg mass. So like this. Now clear? This is the center of mass, X center of mass and Y center of mass. I'm hoping this part is clear. Okay. You are saying 2 kg centimeter below 1 kg. No, below. How is this possible? Below 1 kg? This is not possible now. We have to reach at this point. This is location of center of mass. All right. So now let's come back to this question part here, where what you can see that from this point to this point, from this point to this point, this is basically multiple capacitor. Why I'm saying multiple capacitor? Because just try to understand. Here the value of K is different. Here the value of K is different. That means what we can say, between two plates, there are multiple number of capacitors, and all the capacitors are in series. How to check series or parallel? Once again, to check series and parallel, what you have to do is you have to move from one plate to another plate, So if we are moving from one plate to another plate, so what we can see, this is connected with this one, this is connected with this one. So end of one is connected with another one, then next and next. So all are in series. So we can say that there are multiple capacitors and all are connected in series. So in series, for capacitor, we have one very simple formula. We know that 1 by C equivalent is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 and ... Yes. All right. So this is for if we know like 2 capacitors, 3 capacitor, 5 capacitor. Here in actual, because this is just our assumption, we are assuming that like 2, 3, 5, it may be like infinite number of capacitors. So for that we have to do integration. Are you guys getting my point? So what we can say, instead of this, we have to use integration. So we will integrate 1 upon dc, and after integration we'll get 1 upon C equivalent. Now the thing is how to obtain C, how to write C. That is also very important. So let's see how to write C. So here I'm writing C. Let's take one capacitor here. Let's take, this is one capacitor. All right. Let's take C1. I'm writing the value of C1. Okay. So this C1, this cannot be DC1. This is, let's say, DC1. Why DC1? DC1 is small element. Okay. The formula for capacitor is epsilon naught A by D. This is a general formula. Epsilon naught A by D into K. This is a general formula. All right. So if we talk about this small element, what is the value of epsilon naught? As it is epsilon naught. What about acceleration? Sorry, A, area, as it is A upon plate separation. This is very important. Tell me the plate separation here. So what we are assuming that I'm making one more circuit, one more capacitor. This is important segment. What we are assuming that from distance X, we have taken a very small capacitor having thickness dx. Getting? Just to remind you, notes of heat transfer is not on Telegram channel after session, please. All right, Aditya, you can message there as well. I'm not I think I forgot to upload that part. Definitely I will do that thing. Okay. So epsilon naught upon D. So here we have to put D as, is there any more chapters, other chapters, Aditya? Please let me know. Or you can message there in comment. Definitely I will check. Okay. Okay. So this is dx multiplied by k. What is the value of k? So k is this k into 1 plus alpha into x. Once again, this question, especially this question is not for NEET students, but apart from this question, right, everything like आप देख सकते हैं NEET वाले के लिए, बस इस वाले क्वेश्चन को आप स्किप कर सकते हो NEET वाले स्टूडेंट्स. So dc1 is equal to epsilon naught a upon d. D is dx, k is k into 1 plus alpha x. This is the value of dc1, right? Now we will put the value of dc1. So here what we can say, this is equal to integration of 1 upon dc. So can I say this is 1 upon, so this is dx upon epsilon naught a k 1 plus alpha into x, right? राहुल एक्चुअली वन शॉट्स के जो लेक्चर्स में है मेरे, उसमें मैंने जो थ्योरी वाला पोर्शन है वो मैंने डिक्टेट नहीं करवाया, ना ही मैंने नोट्स में लिखा है सारी थ्योरी. तो जो मैंने बोला है ना, तो वो आपको करके कहीं ना कहीं नोट्स बनाने होंगे बोर्ड्स के लिए. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? तो वो नोट्स आपको बनाने ही होंगे, क्योंकि मैं सारी चीज़ें लिखता नहीं हूँ ना, इसलिए. अदरवाइज मैं बोर्ड्स की अलग से कराऊंगा तो उसमें सारी चीज़ लिखनी होती है नोट्स, तो वो आपको किसी बुक से रेफर करके सारे बोर्ड्स बनाने, मतलब नोट्स बनाने होंगे बोर्ड के हिसाब से. दिस इज 1 अपॉन सी. Okay. Here, okay, Ranjit. Definitely, I'm planning for that. So here, what we can say, 1 upon epsilon naught a k. These are constant. Epsilon naught a k. These are constant. So taking outside, one more. Okay. Here, dx upon 1 plus alpha x. Are you guys getting this? Is now tell me the limit of x. Tell me the limit of x. Tell me the limit of x. I want the limit of x. I want the limit of x. Come on. Limit is from x. What is the minimum value of x? So x, minimum value of x is 0 and maximum is d. Once again, minimum is 0 because this is x now. So if we are taking very small element here, so minimum value of x is 0 or maximum is d. So it is changing from 0 to d. Very good, Thriti. So limit is from 0 to d. Rest is up to you. Now you have to integrate. And you have to check options. You will get the answer. So this is the concept part. Rest is up to you. If you are good in integration, then definitely you will be able to solve this question. So I'm doing few more steps. 1 upon c equivalent is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught a k. The integration of this is, I'm doing a little bit faster now because this is just an integration. 1 plus ln 1 plus alpha x. Limit is from 0 to d multiplied by 1 by alpha. So this comes out as 1 upon epsilon naught a k alpha. I'm hoping you must be knowing this integration. So this is ln 1 plus alpha d minus ln 1, and the value of ln 1 is 0. So this is what we can say here. 1 upon c equivalent is just integration now. 1 upon epsilon naught a k alpha. This is ln 1 plus alpha d. All right. So c equivalent. Till now things are clear. All right. One more thing. What is the value of like 1 ln function? Ln 1 plus x. What is the formula for ln 1 plus x? So it is like x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 and so on. And like so on, right? In this here, ln 1 plus alpha d. So we can write alpha d minus alpha d whole square by 2 and so on. In the question, it is given that alpha d is very, very less as compared to 1. So square of alpha d is also very, very less. That's why here we can ignore such term. So up to 2 terms we can write. So here we can write 1 upon c equivalent is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught a k alpha, right? Here we can say alpha d minus alpha square d square upon 2. So neglecting other terms, let's take common something. If we can take common, if I'm taking common as see alpha, we can take alpha as common, right? Or alpha d, whatever you like. So alpha d, if I'm taking common, so here I'm getting 1 minus alpha d by 2, and here this is epsilon naught a alpha. So from here we can cancel out d, no, alpha. So this is d into 1 minus alpha d by 2 upon epsilon naught ak. But we have to obtain what? C equivalent. So for C equivalent we can say epsilon naught ak by d 1 minus alpha d by 2. Let's check all the options. Epsilon naught ak by d, epsilon naught ak by d, no, we are not seeing this minus term. See here, d into 1 minus alpha d upon 2, no option is suggesting this option. So that means we have to think some binomial expansion. How? So let's see. So what we can write, epsilon naught a k by d, can I write this as 1 minus alpha d by 2 to the power minus 1? Since it is given that alpha d is very less, this is given in the question, so we can approximate. So this is epsilon naught a k by d, here 1 plus alpha d by 2. So let me check which one is correct. So here see option number D, epsilon naught a k by d 1 plus alpha. So D is the correct one. Am I clear to everyone? Are you guys getting this? Come on. All right. So now let's move on with the next question. Right. This is a very simple, and you can say common for NEET and JEE students. This is of same level, you can say. Okay, Rajni, welcome. Okay, so in this question, given that the time period of revolution of an electron in its ground state orbit in a hydrogen atom is this. So time period is given. Time period is given as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 16 second. Time period is given. Next is the frequency of electron in the first excited state. Once repeat, Dhriti Singh. Alright, so I'm repeating once again. See, once again I'm repeating. In this situation, see, here what we can see, मैं simple words में एक बार repeat कर देता हूँ. If we are moving from A to B, तो क्या दिख रहा है कि multiple कैपेसिटर हैं. Okay, so this is what one capacitor. So multiple capacitors हैं, all are in series. In that case we can write 1 by C equivalent is equal to integration of 1 upon dc. You need to write the value of dc. So for that, what we have done here, so we have taken a small element at a distance x. So x distance, a small element whose thickness is dx. So we can write dc is equal to epsilon naught a upon d. This is a general formula. Right? Now dc1 is epsilon naught a upon d. The value of d is dx into k. K is k into 1 plus alpha x. This is the value of dc1. Now we are putting this value, and rest is totally integration. So after this step, now this is part of mathematics. After this is the part of mathematics. So you can do integration. The important part is here. So here, after reaching this step, if you see options, तो कोई भी ऑप्शन मैच नहीं हो रहा. तो हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें प्लस करना होगा. प्लस कैसे पॉसिबल है? जब मैं इसको ऊपर ले जाऊं, सो व्हाट वी कैन से 1 माइनस अल्फा डी बाय 2 के पावर -1 करेंगे तभी तो आएगा ना. सो सिंस अल्फा डी इज वेरी लेस देन 1, बिकॉज दिस इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. सी, अल्फा डी इज वेरी लेस देन 1. in that situation, so we can take -1. So applying binomial expansion, 1 plus, you must be knowing now binomial expansion. Okay, I'm writing binomial expansion. If you don't know, 1 plus x to the power n, we can approximate 1 plus n into x. This is when x is less than 1. So this is binomial expansion. All right, so I've used this binomial expansion here. I think now things are clear. So 1 minus into minus plus alpha d by 2, and option number D is the correct one. Now let's come to this question part. The time period of revolution of an electron in its ground state orbit of in a hydrogen atom is given. So time period is given as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 16 second. The frequency of the electron in its first excited state. So while solving such type of question, we should know the relation between time period and frequency. Time period and frequency. What is the relation? So we know that time period is equal to 1 upon f. So this is a relation. Okay. One more thing. Time period, can we write this time period is equal to 2 pi r upon velocity? Why we are writing this thing? Because we have some formula for radius, we have some formula for velocity. So by using, we can obtain time period formula, because we know that r is proportional to n square by z. We know that v is proportional to z by n. Okay, so from here we can say t is proportional to r by v. So proportional to r is n square by z into v. We can say z into n. So time period is proportional to nq by z. Are you guys getting this? Time period is directly proportional to nq by z. Now what we can say that, since in the whole question only hydrogen atom is given, so we can say t is directly proportional to nq, because the value of z becomes 1. So we can say t1 by t2 is equal to n1q by n2q. That's it. What is the value of t1? T1 is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 16 upon t2 is equal to n1. In the first case, ground state. So for ground state, the value of n is 1. So 1 power q upon n2. In n2, it is given that first excited state n equal to 2. So 2 raised to power q. By solving this, we'll get the value of t2. Yes or no? Come on. We'll get the value of t2. So t2 is 2 into 2 into 2, 8 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 16. All right. This is the value of t2. This is the value of t2. So 1.6 into 8. How much? यही तो होगा ना? कितना हो जाएगा? This is 12.8 into 10 to the power minus 16. But in the question, you have to obtain what? Frequency. What is frequency? So f2 is equal to 1 by t2. 1 by t2. So यहाँ से this is equal to 1 upon 12.8 into 10 to the power minus 16. Yes or no? Right? So solving this, you will get the answer. So this is almost 10 to the power 16 upon 12.8. This is us. So if you see all the option, which one is more accurate? Because this cannot be the answer. This cannot be the answer, and also this cannot be answer. Why? 10 power 16 and this is more than 1. Not possible, because already 10 power 16, 1 upon 12.8. So definitely this cannot be like B and D. So if you divide, which one is correct? Come on. A is the correct one. Done. Chaliye. So now let's move on. What about this one? Come on, tell me. What about this one? How to solve? The current I1 flowing through 1 ohm resistor in the following circuit is. Current I1 flowing through 1 ohm resistor in the following circuit is. How to solve this particular question? The current I1 in ampere flowing through 1 ohm resistor in the following circuit. इस पूरे सर्किट में I1 की क्या वैल्यू होगी? And you must be thinking I1 क्या है? तो I1 is the current flowing in this 1 ohm resistor. So this is the value of I1. Yes, very easy. Hello Sumit. So what we can say, this is 1 volt. So here if I'm saying 0, so here is 1 volt. Yes or no? Because you can clearly see that this is the potential. If I am assuming this as 0 volt, so here this will be 1 volt. Now across this circuit, this is 1 volt, this is 0 volt. Can't you obtain this I1? Very easily you can obtain. Hello Prerna. So let's solve this particular question here. The first thing is how to solve. Do you have any shortcut, anything? Yes. So first is what you can do, you can obtain R equivalent. How to obtain R equivalent? So for R equivalent, these two are in parallel. So net equivalent is 1 by 2. 1 ohm 1 by 2, that means this circuit is like we have one resistor, we have one more resistor, and supplied voltage is what? This is 1 volt. Are you guys getting this? This is 1 by 2 and this is 2 ohm. We can easily obtain the value of current, right? So I is equal to 1 upon addition of these two, 2 plus 1 by 2, so this is 1 upon 5 by 2, so this comes out as 2 by 5 ampere. Done. This is 2 by 5 ampere. This is the value of I. Why we are calculating I? This I is the current flowing in this branch. See, I can solve this particular circuit by using 2-3 methods. It's up to you कि आपके दिमाग में कौन सा method click कर रहा है. ठीक है? So this is 2 by 5. This is 2 by 5 ampere. Am I clear to everyone? This is what? This is net I. We have to obtain I1. We can use current division formula. And you can see here. See? 1 ohm, 1 ohm. So this I is 2 by 5 ampere. See, I is 2 by 5 ampere. Now two equal branches. This current is passing through two equal branches, 1 ohm, 1 ohm. That means this current gets distributed. This current gets distributed. So what is the value of I1? So the value of I1 must be half of this. So this I1 must be equal to 2 by 5 by 2, half of this, so 2 by 10. So this means this is equal to 0.2 ampere. So A is the correct answer. क्या 2 ओम से करंट नहीं जाएगा? यस जाएगा. तो यहाँ पे आते ही ना इनसे मिल जाएगा. अच्छा, ये डाउट है. सुनो हुआ क्या, मैं जस्ट आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग. देखो हुआ क्या, दिस इज 1 ओम, दिस इज 1 ओम एंड हेयर दिस इज 2 ओम, लाइक दिस. यहाँ से जो करंट आ रही है, दिस करंट इज 2 by 5 ampere. Now since this current is having two equal path, so here current is 2 by 10 ampere and here also current is 2 by 10 ampere. So here it will be 2 by 10 plus 2 by 10. So this comes out as what? 2 into 2 by 10. So 2 say 5 times. So this comes out as 2 by 5. Right? So same incoming and same outgoing current. So this is the concept. Ask your doubt. क्या है आपके doubt? Which point you guys are not getting? Okay, so you mean this 2 ohm you are saying? You mean this 2 ohm you guys are saying? This 2 ohm? Okay, no, you guys are not getting the point. Okay, let me explain one concept. No. Current is everything is fine. Let me tell you one thing. Which is I think you should know. Okay. Point A में से current नहीं जाएगा. हाँ, I got your Dhriti, I got your question. See, in the question, first thing is you need to find current in this. I'm just telling you one magical thing. See, you might be knowing this thing, I don't know. I'm just going to ask you this simple concept. Suppose we have a battery and we have a resistor. This is just to clear your doubt for crystal clarity. This is, let's take 2 ohm and this is, let's take 10. This is 10 volt. What is the value of current? Come on. What is the value of current? I1. Tell me the value of I1. Tell me the value of I1. So I1 is 10 by 2. So 2 to 5 times. So this is 5 ampere. मैं आपके कॉन्सेप्ट को भी क्रिस्टल क्लैरिटी लाने वाला हूं. क्रिस्टल क्लैरिटी अच्छे से सुनना. द वैल्यू ऑफ करंट इज 5 एम्पियर. ऑलराइट. नाउ आई एम मेकिंग वन मोर सर्किट. See, this is 10 volt, this is 2 ohm. Now I have added one more resistor and let's take its value is 4 ohm. All right. Now tell me the value of current, this I1. Let's see how fast you guys can calculate. I'm giving you 1 minute time. Come on everyone. ये जानना बहुत जरूरी है अगर आपको कॉन्सेप्ट की क्लैरिटी करनी है तो, रखनी है तो. क्या होगा आंसर इस वाले पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन का? बता दीजिए मुझे, क्या होगा आंसर? पता नहीं सर, कुछ तो आएगा आंसर. कम ऑन, आर यू गाइस गेटिंग एनीथिंग? नहीं मिल रहा. सुनो, In this situation also, the value of current is 10 by 2. So this comes out as 5 ampere. So that's a very simple concept. No, 7.5 is not correct. The value of I1 is 5 ampere. The value of I1 is 5 ampere. So what is the concept? Concept is, even if I am adding one more branch here, let's say I am adding one more branch. Let's say this is 100 ohm. Still the value of I1 will remain constant. And this is the concept, this is the property of voltage source. And what is the property? Property of voltage source is very simple. Whenever we are connecting a voltage source across any resistor, its main function is to maintain voltage. Means if you are adding multiple n number of resistor, still voltage across 2 ohm will be 10 volt, right? Exactly. Since all are in parallel, so voltage across 2 ohm is 10 volt, and if voltage is 10 volt, so current is 10 by 2, that means 5 ampere. Same thing is applicable here. This whole setup and this whole setup, these two are in parallel. That means in parallel voltage remains same. That's why voltage across this setup is 1 volt, and we can solve. Are you guys getting now? Come on. Yeah, exactly, Nickel. So you are getting the point. So this is the beauty of circuit. We can add multiple number of resistor, but I1 will remain same. This is ideal situation. Done, done, done. क्या कॉन्सेप्ट की क्लैरिटी है सबको? चलिए, तो ये तो डाउट हो गया. अब हम आगे चलते हैं. ये क्वेश्चन कैसे रह गया? चलो कोई बात नहीं. Okay, so what about this one? What about this one? How to solve this particular question? ये भी आपके आए हुए हैं, मतलब एक सीरीज से हम सारे क्वेश्चंस कर ही रहे हैं. A long solenoid of radius r carries time t dependent, means I is changing and the value of it is given as this is equal to I naught t 1 minus t, or we can say I naught t minus I naught t square. This is the value of current and how current is changing with time. A ring of radius 2r is placed coaxially to the middle during the time, एक time interval given है 0 to 1 second. The induced current IR and the induced EMF in the ring changes as, means we have a solenoid like this. We have solenoid and we have a ring like this. All right. So see, this is the question part. Let's come to the options कि ऑप्शन में क्या पूछा जा रहा है और हमें क्या ऑब्टेन करना है. 4 ऑप्शन गिवन है. सब में क्या गिवन है? आपसे ये पूछा जा रहा है कि करंट विल चेंज डायरेक्शन, करंट विल नॉट चेंज डायरेक्शन, करंट विल नॉट चेंज डायरेक्शन, करंट विल चेंज डायरेक्शन. सो एक तो हमसे ये पूछा जा रहा है कि क्या करंट अपने डायरेक्शन को चेंज करेगा, नहीं करेगा, और दूसरा ये पूछा जा रहा है क्योंकि ऑप्शन का भी बहुत ज़्यादा रोल होता है. तो वेन एवर यू आर सॉल्विंग एनी क्वेश्चन ना, साथ में ऑप्शन को भी लेके चलो. इट्स EMF विल बी 0, EMF will be maximum, EMF will be 0, EMF will be 0. Means this whole question is somehow related with EMF and current. How to obtain EMF? So EMF is very simple. This is minus d phi upon dt. What is phi? Phi is equal to what? Phi is magnetic flux, and magnetic flux is what? B dot A. What is B? B is mu naught into, so we have a different formula for solenoid, mu naught Ni, yes or no? Mu naught Ni, where N is number of turns per unit length. You must be knowing all these formula now, or are you hearing for the first time? I don't think so. So let's continue. Let's continue how to approach this particular question. So what we will do, we will obtain induced EMF and we will check induced EMF will be 0 at what time. So let's obtain induced EMF. So we know that induced EMF is equal to minus d phi upon dt, because we have to check induced EMF will be 0, will be maximum at what time, and we have to check all these things. So E is equal to minus d phi upon dt, all right, minus d upon dt. What is the value of phi? Phi is B dot A, all right. So minus d upon dt. What is the value of magnetic field? So magnetic field is very simple. What is mu naught Ni? Just remember here small n is number of turns per unit length. So mu naught Ni into A. We will put the value of I because here only I is dependent on temperature, sorry, time. So we'll put the value of I d upon dt, mu naught N A, I is I naught T minus I naught T square. Next is we have to differentiate. we'll get the value of induced EMF. So here, what are the constant terms? So taking out mu naught n a, right? So what we can say here, d by dt here, I naught into t minus I naught into t square. We can easily differentiate. So this is mu naught and a. Now here, if we are differentiating with respect to time, so this is I naught. Now you can differentiate, I think. Yes or no? Come on, do it fast and tell me final answer. Because after differentiation, you will get some answer. Are you guys getting anything? Come on, tell me. So here, this is I naught minus 2 I naught into t. To make E 0, or if I am writing here, for E to be 0, this quantity must be 0. So I naught minus 2 I naught into t must be equal to 0. So I naught is equal to 2 I naught into t. I naught cancel out. So the value of t comes out as 0.5. Okay, that means when t is equal to 0.5, in that case induced EMF will be 0. So A cannot be the answer, because here it is given that EMF will be 0 at t equal to 0.25. 0.5 maximum, no. 0.25, no. So here chances of D is very high. EMF will be 0 at t equal to 0.5. Yes or no? Getting my point? Let's check current will change its direction or not. करंट विल चेंज इट्स डायरेक्शन और नॉट, क्योंकि ये पॉइंट भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. कैसे चेक करेंगे कि करंट डायरेक्शन चेंज कर रही है? कम ऑन, मुझे बताओ कि हाउ टू चेक करंट डायरेक्शन अपने चेंज कर रही है या नहीं कर रही है. बहुत सिंपल है. करंट डायरेक्शन चेंज करने का मतलब ये होता है, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, थोड़ी सी थ्योरी बता देता हूँ. मैं अगर ये बोलूँ एक रजिस्टर है, इस रजिस्टर के अक्रॉस मैंने यहाँ पे एक वोल्टेज लगा दिया, लेट्स टेक 5 वोल्ट मान लिया, तो क्या इसमें करंट फ्लो होगी? यस, तो इसमें कुछ करंट फ्लो होगी. अब मैं अगर ये बोल दूं कि इस बैटरी को मैंने रिवर्स कर दिया, मतलब रजिस्टर तो वही था, अब यहाँ पे मैंने एक बैटरी लगा दिया, बट इसकी वैल्यू है -5 वोल्ट. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि करंट जो है उसकी डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाएगी. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि whenever we are changing potential, current, direction of current gets reversed. Am I clear to everyone? So here also what we can see, current will change its direction. कब? जब v reverse हो जाए. तो एक काम करते हैं कि t की वैल्यू जो है उसको मैं 0.5 से थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा रखता हूँ, है ना, या थोड़ा सा कम करता हूँ. देख लेते हैं क्या हो रहा है कि 0.5 तो मिल गया हमें, है ना, 0.5 तो हमें मिल गया. उसके बाद हम एक काम करते हैं, v की वैल्यू चेक करते हैं. यहाँ पे e क्या था? e था, देखो e क्या था, ये जस्ट मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ एक्स्ट्रा कि अगर आपको प्रॉपरली आंसर करना है, आंसर तो हमें मिल चुका ऑलरेडी, इज द करेक्ट आंसर, बट इसको और डेप्थ में हम समझते हैं. तो ई कितना गिवन है? म्यू नॉट एन ए इन ब्रैकेट आई नॉट माइनस 2 आई नॉट इंटू टी, राइट. तो here taking I naught common, mu naught n a I naught, this comes out as 1 minus 2t. This is E. If t is greater than 0.5, see what you are getting, E positive or negative. So if the value of t is more than 0.5, so this is what? This is E is equal to mu naught n a I naught. Here let's take 0.6 for example. So 1 minus 2 into 0.6. So this quantity, right quantity, is having greater value than 1. So this E will be negative. You can take any value like 0.6, 0.7, 1, 2, 3, whatever you like. So E becomes negative. That means 0.5 is the cutoff point where E is changing its direction. Am I clear to everyone? Yes or no? Are you guys getting my point? That's why we can say that current will change its direction and EMF will be 0 at t equal to 0.5. I'm hoping this question is clear to everyone. इस क्वेश्चन की क्लैरिटी आ गई है सबको, क्योंकि आंसर निकालना ही सिर्फ इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, हमें कॉन्सेप्ट के डेप्थ तक जाना होगा, एंड शायद ये समझ में आ गया होगा सबके. यस और नो? कम ऑन. यस, reverse current you can say, because voltage we are changing. Okay guys, चलिए यहाँ पे you can think about one more thing. And what is that thing? If you are using the formula E is equal to minus d phi upon dt, see, if you are using the formula E is equal to minus d phi upon dt, in that case time will be like less than. This is also very important thing. I'm just reminding one thing. If you are writing E is equal to minus d phi upon dt, now so we have to write an negative everywhere. If you are not writing, you can ignore. It's up to you how you are writing. So if I am assuming this is minus, so here we have to take minus, here also we have to take minus, here also we have to take minus. Getting my point? So here no issue, but here also we have to write minus, here also minus. So in this situation, this value will change. Here we have to take t less than 0.5. Why is this so? Because if we multiply minus inside, so this will give certain different result, and that result is like here, E is equal to mu naught n a I naught. This will be 2t minus 1. See, just try to understand. 2t minus 1. In that situation, if t is less than 0.5, in that case, this value will be less than 1, and here E will be negative. So it totally depends, are you taking that negative sign or not? So I think now things are very much clear to everyone how we are dealing with such type of things. All right, done. चलिए, so इसकी clarity आ गई. One more thing, if you want to practice NEET or like questions, in that case, tomorrow on Unacademy Learning app, timing 6 to 7 p.m. and 7:15 to 8 p.m. right, we are going to solve NEET 2019 physics paper on Unacademy Learning app. You can find my profile just entering unacademy.com/Supreet10. You will find my profile. Or you can do one thing, you can just download Unacademy Learning app, install, go to NEET section. You will find just this free live classes. Search my name, you will find my profile. Enter Supreet10, and then you will have access of all my free content. But for that, you need to apply Supreet10 code. This is about Unacademy subscription. Even if you are planning for like NEET examination or JEE examination, Unacademy subscription is going to be like very, very like important for you, because at one place you have all the top educator along with polls, test series, doubt clearing session. So these are very, very important. Either you are preparing for NEET or JEE, this thing is very, very important. So for that, what you have to do is, see, we have multiple batches for 2000, targeting for 2021 or targeting for 2022. So you can enroll any of the free batches. You can see free demo classes as well, starting from 1st March to 6th March. So you can enroll, and for that you need to apply the Supreet10 code to get 10% discount. So this code is also very important. If you are targeting for 2021, so I will recommend you should buy 3 months or 6 month plan. Or if you are targeting for 2022 or 23, in that case, this 1 year and 2 year plan is best for you. All right. So if you see per month cost, this is like, see, 5,250 is per month cost. So per month cost, if you are taking longer subscription, see, if you are taking 1 year, in that case, per month cost is 2888. And if you are taking 2 year subscription, per month cost is decreasing. So try to like buy longer duration so that per month cost will decrease. But at the same time, you need to apply the Supreet10 code to get 10% discount. Still, we have to solve like 15 more questions. So you need not to worry. We will solve 15 more questions. Next is iconic subscription. Here, Unacademy is providing you some extra feature. You can see personal coach, study planner, expert guidance, test analysis. These are like a very, very important tools if you want to achieve success. So for that you have to take iconic subscription, and fees for iconic subscription for 1 year is 58,500, and for 2 year 90,000. Again, you have to apply the Supreet10 code to get 10% discount. Right? So this is all about subscription. You have all the option, you have all the freedom of attending free classes on YouTube, free classes on Unacademy Learning app, first test our platform. But for that also you need to first download our app and use Supreet10 code. Second, you can buy our subscription, or you want something extra, in that case iconic subscription. You have all the freedom. Let's move on. Let's come back to this particular question. Come on, what will be the answer of this particular question? I want answers. Quickly tell me answer of this question. Let's see who can answer this question. Come on, everyone. This is not difficult. This is easier one. What about this one? In this question, see, it is given that the radius of gyration of a uniform rod of length L about an axis passing through a point L by 4 away from the center of rod and perpendicular to its axis is very simple. What we can say that we have, see, if we have a rod and let's take, this is the fixed, okay. Now it is given that L about an axis passing through point L by 4. See, axis is passing L by 4. Means here is the axis. This is L by 4. Away from the center. Where is the center? So this is not correct diagram. Why? Because we have to take everything into consideration. So I'm making once again proper diagram. And let's take this is center. This is center. Now given that radius of gyration of uniform rod of length L about an axis passing through a point L by 4 away from the center. So this is L by 4. This is L by 4 and this is the center, okay, of the rod and perpendicular to axis is. So let's take this is 1. This is I center of mass. So can we apply parallel axis theorem? Yes. So what we can write? I1 is equal to I about center of mass plus m into d square. Are you guys getting my point? I is equal to I about center of mass plus mass into d square. What is the value of I1? We want to obtain I1. We want to obtain the value of I1. I1 is equal to I center of mass. This is a rod. So we can say ml square by 12. So this is ml square by 12 plus mass into d. D is L by 4. So L by 4 ka whole square. You can easily solve ml square by 12 plus ml square by 16. Yes or no? What you are getting? So here if you solve now, so 12 and 16 LCM, 12 and 16 LCM. So 2 6 times, 4 times, 2 say 3 times, 2 times 6, 12 and 24. This is 24 or 48? 6, sorry, this should be 8 now. 3, 4, so 12, 24, 48. So this is 48. 4 ml square plus 3 ml square. So this comes out as 7 ml square by 48. So this is the value of I1. Now it's time to obtain radius of gyration. It's very simple. I equal to mk square. So I1 is equal to what we can say mk square. K is radius of gyration. It's up to you what you are writing, what denotation you are using. So 7 by 48 ml square is equal to mk square. Gets cancelled out. So from here the value of k is under root 7 by 48 into L. So which one is correct? Come on. Which one is correct? A is the correct one. A is the correct one. Alright. A is the correct one. Alright. What about this one? This is a very simple and very important. This is very simple and very important question. 2 moles of an ideal gas with Cp upon Cv is given are mixed with 3 moles of another ideal gas with given. Okay. The value of Cp by Cv for the mixture is, what is Cp upon Cv? Cp upon Cv is basically gamma on KTG. Aditya, very soon I will take session on KTG because KT is not very lengthy chapter. It's hardly like 1 hour. All right, but very soon I will take that session. Because of the examination, I thought you guys must have cleared you must have concept of theory. So that's why I thought it's better to take some questions, right? क्योंकि एक बार तो कोर्स आप लोगों ने शायद कर ही रखा होगा. Still if you need, definitely मैं ले आऊँगा सेशन, कोई इशू नहीं है. ये मुझे फील हुआ कि शायद थ्योरी हो गई होगी आप लोगों की. नाउ हियर इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि एक कंटेनर है देखो मैं एक आपको एक स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म बता रहा हूँ क्योंकि ये फॉर्म इंपॉर्टेंट है, ऐसे खूब क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं जेईई मेन एग्जामिनेशन में। तो लेट्स टेक वी हैव अ कंटेनर, इसमें है Cp1, नंबर ऑफ मोल्स N1, and now we have Cp2 and this is N2. We want Cp equivalent. We want what? Cp equivalent. So what we can say, Cp equivalent is equal to N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 upon N1 plus N2. Getting my point? Similarly, if we want Cp equivalent, Cv equivalent, suppose, similarly, if we want Cv equivalent, so what we can say, N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2 upon N1 plus N2. This is a very common formula. We want gamma equivalent. So what we can say, Cp equivalent upon Cv equivalent, because Cp upon Cv is gamma equivalent. So now we can say this is N1 Cp1 plus N2 Cp2 upon, this term gets cancelled out, so N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2. You need to remember this formula. That's it. If you know this formula, then definitely you can answer such type of questions. Alright, so now I'm going to use this formula directly. So what I can write? So I can write for this a gamma mixture, gamma equivalent, or you can say Cp upon Cv mixture. I can write this formula directly. This is N1 Cp1, right, plus N2 Cp2 upon N1 Cv1 plus N2 Cv2. Come on, can you solve this one? Yum. How to solve this one? How to solve this one? I'm not going to solve now. Now you need to solve this one and tell me final answer. How to obtain Cp1 and Cp2? Come on. If Cp upon Cv is given, can't you find Cp and Cv individually? Come on everyone, tell me, because this is the formula. But the situation is how to obtain Cp1, how to obtain Cp2, how to obtain Cv1 and how to obtain Cv2. Because N1 N2 is given. 2 moles is N1, right? And 3 moles is N2. Tell me. Tell me answer of this question. Come on. I'm giving you 1 minute time. Quickly. No. Right. So I'm showing you few formula. Maybe after that you will be able to solve. You must be knowing about formula for Cp. What is Cp? Cp is gamma r upon gamma minus 1. Yes or no? Gamma r upon gamma minus 1. Alright. This is what? Cp. This is the value of Cp. Okay. What about Cv? So Cv is equal to r upon gamma minus 1. In the question, it is given that Cp upon Cv is equal to 5 by 3. Okay, so if you divide, you will definitely get gamma. So from here, tell me the value of Cp and Cv is how much? Cp and Cv is how much? So definitely here, this is 5 by 2. If gamma is equal to 5 by 3, that means gas is monatomic now. Gas is monatomic, yes or no? Because for monatomic, gamma is equal to what? 1 plus 2 by F. So this comes out as 1 plus 2 by 3. So this is 5 by 3. Are you guys getting my point? Yes or no? Come on, tell me. Getting this? Or you can do one thing. If you don't want, what you can do here, Cp upon Cv is 5 by 3. So you can say this is Cp is 5 and Cv is 3, because ultimately these two are in what? In the approximation. Yes or no? Come on. Done. So here in this situation, what is the value of Cp? So for first case, what we can say, Cp upon Cv is equal to 5 by 3. So if we are using that, we know that a value of gamma is 1 plus 2 by f. So this is 5 by 3. So we can approximate Cp and Cv. Getting my point? Tell me the value of Cp. What you are getting? So here Cp is what? 5r by 2. And Cv is what? What is the value of Cv? 3r by 2. Although if you are using now, ultimately this will get cancelled out. So N1 is what? N1 is 2 mole. And what about N2? N2 is 3 mole. Putting all these value and then use this, you will get the result. Come on. Now tell me final answer. Come on, tell me final answer. So after solving, you will get option number B as correct one. Okay. Done. Let's move on. Next question. What about this one? 1 liter dry air at STP expand adiabatically. That means PV के power gamma is equal to constant. PV के power gamma is equal to constant. All right. Given that to volume 3L, so volume becomes 3 times. Volume becomes 3 times. So we can say P1 V1 to the power gamma is equal to P2 V2 के power gamma, or we can say P1 by P2 is equal to V2 by V1 to the power gamma. Given that volume becomes 3 times, so this is 3 V1 upon V1 to the power gamma. So P1 upon P2 is equal to, this is 3 to the power gamma. Yes or no? Now clear? Is this thing clear to everyone? Come on, tell me. All right. So from here we'll get the value of P2. How? So we can say P2 is equal to P1 upon 3 is to power gamma, and the value of gamma is given as 1.4. Okay. Now the question is, the work done by air is, what is the formula for work done in adiabatic process? What is the formula for work done in adiabatic process? It is P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon 1 minus gamma. This is the formula. Using that formula, you will get the result. So I'm writing that value. So work done, the formula for work done is equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon 1 minus gamma. This is the formula. Now you need to apply this formula and you will get the result. Everything is given. Everything is given. All right. So P2, what is P2 here? P2 is P2 is P1. Acha, what is the value of gamma here? So it is given that 3 raised to power gamma. 3 raised to power gamma. So 3 raised to power gamma is 1.4. In the question it is given that 3 raised to power gamma is 4.66. So this is P1 upon 4.655. Done. So P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon 1 minus gamma. So now we can put the value P1 upon 4.655 into V2 is 3 liter minus P1. P1 is what? P1 is P1. V1 is, let's take V is like 1 liter. So this is 1 liter upon 1 minus gamma is 1.4. Now the important thing related with this equation is liter. We have to convert liter and pressure because STP. That means pressure is 1 atm. 1 atm in Pascal, because you have to take SI unit, right? Yes or no? You have to take SI now. So what is the value of atm in SI? Means in Pascal, 023 into 10 power 5, right? This is something 0. I think 1.013. 1.01323. I think 013 is the correct one. Yes or no? 1.01. Although for numerical you can use like 1.01. It's up to you. Either you are taking up to that level or not. But 1.013. This is Pascal. So you can write in Pascal. Right? Okay. What about liter? Because everything is liter. Can we convert liter into meter cube or centimeter cube? So you need to remember this result. If you can remember, 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So by using this, you can convert, this is milliliter. You can convert into meter cube, or you can directly memorize. It's up to you. What you can write, 1 liter is equal to 10 power minus cube meter cube. सो डायरेक्टली यू कैन यूज, इट्स अप टू यू कि आप कौन सा फॉर्मूला याद रखते हो। आप सारी वैल्यूज पुट करो और आंसर, आप सारी वैल्यू पुट करो और आंसर बता दो मुझे आंसर क्या आ रहा है। जब इसको पुट करेंगे ना, कौन सा आंसर आएगा, कम ऑन। सो दिस विल बी क्लोज टू दिस वन बी। ट्राई कर लीजिए एक बार, अभी ट्राई कर लीजिए, नहीं हो रहा तो मुझे बता दो कि नहीं आ रहा, फिर मैं सॉल्व कर दूंगा। सो एवरीथिंग जो है आप एसआई में पुट करो, सॉल्व करो और आंसर, ठीक है। अच्छा इसका आंसर क्या होगा, इस वाले का, ये तो काफी कॉमन है। व्हाट अबाउट दिस वन, given magnetic field equation is, given magnetic field equation is b is given, b is given, then appropriate equation for electric field will be, see in this situation what you need to remember is, here all the terms are same. If this is same, so this is like very very easy for you. So you need to decide only magnitude, you need to decide only magnitude. We know that E naught by B naught is equal to C. Here E naught is, we don't know, so E naught is equal to C into B naught. C is 3 into 10 power 8. What is B naught, B naught is this one, this is B naught, this is 3 into 10 power minus 8. So this comes out as this is what, cancel out, this is 9. So this is E naught, this is the magnitude of E naught, and this is 9. Done done done. So correct answer is which one, which one is correct, C is the correct one. All right, what about this one, what about this one, come on, can you solve this particular question, come on come on come on. What will be the answer of this question, I want answer, this is very simple question. We have to solve 10 more questions because total question is 25. Given that a polarizer analyzer set is adjusted such that intensity of light coming out of analyzer is just 10%, just 10% of the original intensity. Assuming that the polarizer analyzer set does not absorb any light, the angle by which the analyzer need to be rotated further to reduce the output intensity to be 0 is, okay, not very difficult. So I'm just explaining this question. So once again, what is the formula? If I'm using the combination of analyzer and polarizer, you must be knowing this formula. I is equal to I naught cos square phi or theta, whatever you like, you can say. Okay, this phi is basically angle of rotation. It is given that analyzer is 10% of the original intensity, means this I is what, this I is 10%, matlab 10 by 100, that is 0.1. I'm writing that value, this is 0.1, I am writing 0.1, 10%, so 10 by 100 into I naught is equal to I naught cos square phi. So this is 0.1, I naught cancel out, is equal to cos square phi 1 by 10. So cos phi is equal to 1 by root 10. Alright, so this is 1 by root 10. So we can write this is 1 by, because this is not a standard and in the question it is not given the value of this. So we can write this as 1 by root 2 into root 5. Okay, let's move ahead. Assuming that the polarizer analyzer set does not absorb any light, the angle by which the analyzer need to rotate it further to reduce the output intensity to be 0. Now this is the important thing. We know that when phi becomes 90 degree, in that case, if phi is equal to 90 degree, in that case cos phi is equal to 0, because cos 90 is 0. So I becomes I naught into cos square 90 degree, so this is 0. So to make or to like reduce the output intensity 0, we have to rotate by what angle, by 90 degree angle. All right, so we have to rotate by 90 degree. So this is the situation, we have to rotate by 90 degree. This is the condition number 1. Now already we have rotated this angle to reduce intensity by 10%, I mean 90%. So now the question is, from 90 to 100%, reduce from 90 to 100%, we have to further rotate by what angle? So like this is kind of mathematical thing. Let's try to understand which one is very like accurate and how to approach this one. We have four options. We have four options like 45 degree, 71.6, 90 degree and 18.4. ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स है, मैं आपको फिर से ट्राई करता हूँ. लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इन अ अदर वे. देखो क्वेश्चन ये था कि इंटेंसिटी आ रही थी, पोलराइजर को आपने रोटेट कराया और पोलराइजर को रोटेट करा के कितना रोटेट कराया आपने, इन सच ए वे दैट कि सिर्फ 10% ही बचा, 90% आपने उसको खत्म कर दिया. सिर्फ और सिर्फ कितना बचा, 10%. तो उसके लिए जो फाई था, दिस इज फाई. अब पूछा जा रहा है कि जब इसको पूरा ही खत्म करना हो, उसे 10% को भी खत्म करना है, तो हमें कितना रोटेट कराना होगा. तो वी नो दैट अगर मैं 0 से स्टार्ट करूं, 0 से अगर मैं 90 डिग्री तक रोटेट करा दूं तो खत्म हो जाता है. बट 0 टू 10% तक लाने में हमने कितना रोटेट कराया, 5. तो पूछा जा रहा है यहाँ से 10 से इसको वापस से 0 करने में कितना रोटेट कराना पड़ेगा. तो क्या मैं बोल सकता हूँ दिस एंगल इज 90 माइनस 5. क्या कुछ समझ में आया? मतलब 5 तक, 0 से 5 तक पहुंचाने में, 0 से 10% को लाने में हमने 5 रोटेट कराया. फर्दर इसको 100% लॉस्ट कराने के लिए कितना रोटेट कराना पड़ेगा. तो 100% लॉस्ट कराने के लिए 90 होता है आंसर. तो 90 माइनस 5 क्या होगा हमारा आंसर, है ना, 90 माइनस 5 होगा. इसका मतलब आंसर तो डेफिनेटली 90 से कम होगा. दैट मीन्स आंसर मस्ट बी लेस देन 90 डिग्री. तो सी कैन नॉट बी द आंसर. नो, 90 कैन नॉट बी द आंसर. 90 माइनस 5. ओके, now let's analyze cos. In cos, if we are moving from 0 to 90, cos 0 is 1, little bit mathematics, cos 0 is 1, cos 90 is 0. So in cos, if we are increasing theta, value is decreasing. Okay, let's take one middle value, 45. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Here cos phi is equal to 1 by root 2 into root 5. That means what we can say here, phi must be, because this is lesser quantity, phi must be more than 45 degree. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये समझ में आ गया तो आंसर आ जाएगा. अगर ये समझ में आ गया तो आंसर आ जाएगा. क्या था समझना इसमें, देखो इसमें क्या समझना था कि अगर मैं फाई, देखो cos 45 की वैल्यू होती है 1 बाय रूट 2, यहाँ पे cos 5 की वैल्यू है 1 बाय रूट 2 तो है ही साथ में, और साथ में रूट 5 भी है, मतलब ये वैल्यू कम है. और cos में वैल्यू कम होने का मतलब है एंगल ज़्यादा होना. cos में वैल्यू कम होने का मतलब है एंगल ज़्यादा होना. इसीलिए इसकी वैल्यू तो डेफिनेटली फाई की वैल्यू इस 45 से ज़्यादा होगी, तभी वैल्यू कम आ रही है, क्योंकि cos में जैसे जैसे एंगल ज़्यादा करते जाते हैं वैल्यू कम होती जाती है. तो फाई जो होगा 45 से ज़्यादा होगा. If phi is more than 45, so 90 minus more than 45, lesser than 45, and lesser than 45 we have only one value, that is option number D. That's why D is the correct answer. थोड़ा कॉन्सेप्चुअल है बट इसको आप समझेंगे, मतलब 2-3 बार अच्छे से देखेंगे तो शायद आपका हो जाएगा. चलो, ये तो क्वेश्चन होना चाहिए सबसे. फटाफट से सॉल्व करके मुझे आंसर बता दो. फॉर्मूला बेस्ड है, इस पर ज़्यादा कुछ दिमाग लगाना ही नहीं है. इट्स अ फॉर्मूला बेस्ड. क्या होगा आंसर इसका? गिवन ये है, देखो गिवन क्या है, गिवन है स्पीड ऑफ ट्रांसवर्स वेव ऑफ अ स्ट्रेट वायर हैविंग मास, गिवन है, हाँ गिवन है, मास इज 6 ग्राम, लेंथ इज 60 सेंटीमीटर एंड एरिया ऑफ क्रॉस सेक्शन ए इज इक्वल टू 1 mm का स्क्वायर इज 90 मीटर पर सेकेंड. स्पीड भी गिवन है, this is 90 meter per second, right? And along with that, mass L, A, everything is given. If the Young's modulus of the wire is this, y is also given, all right? So 1.6 into 10 to the power 11 the extension of wire over its natural length is? It's very simple. If we know Young's modulus is what? Stress upon strain. Young's modulus is stress upon strain, right? Stress is what? Force upon area, force upon area, or ultimately stress is force upon area. Strain is change in length upon length. We have to obtain extension of wire. So delta L is equal to FL upon AY. This is the value of delta L. Now everything is given. Everything is given. You need to put all these value and you will get the answer. But the thing is, what is the role of here V? What is the role of V? Because the value of force is not given, but velocity is given. So we know that velocity is equal to under root T by mu. E is under root T by mu. So that T will act like a force. First thing. What about mu? Mu is mass per unit length. So what we can say, V is 90 is equal to under root T upon mass per unit length, that is mass into L. So squaring both sides, 90 into 90 is equal to T by M into L. So T is equal to 90 into 90 into M upon L. Are you guys getting this point? What is the value of T? Yes or no? Done? Alright, so this T part is clear. Once you know T, you will put the value of T, because T is equivalent to what? F. You will put the value and you will get the value of what? Delta L, and this is close to which one? 0.3 mm. 0.3 mm. You can try it out. Like everything is given. You have to put all these things like, and you will get the answer. Done? Done. Right, so let's move on. What about this one? This is like very simple. You can easily solve this question. Given is two infinite plane, each with uniform surface density, and that is plus sigma. This is plus sigma coulomb per meter square, are kept in such a way that the angle between them is 30 degree. This is 30 degree. The electric field in the region shown between them is given by. So we have to find electric field in this region. Okay. So what we can do is, we know that if we have infinite sheet, electric field at this point is basically sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Yes or no? If we have infinite sheet, electric field is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. This is the value of electric field. Now here also, but one thing, perpendicular, and that is the thing you need to memorize. So let's take this is the point here where we want to obtain net electric field. So this is the electric field and its value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Let's write some angle. Now it's all about how we are writing angle. Okay. If this is 30, 90, so this must be 60. All right. If this is 60, so this must be 30. So this must be 30. Done. So this will have two component. This is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught sine 30, and this is sigma upon, I'm changing color, 2 epsilon naught cos, a mixed color, cos 30. Done. What about this sigma? So one more electric field. This is sigma by 2 epsilon. That's it. Next is just write all the values. Just see which one is more suitable. If you see all the options, which one is correct? If you see option number A, along X, only one component of electric field, and this is basically sigma upon 2 epsilon naught into sine 30 is 1 by 2. In negative X means minus sign. So if we take this common, sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, this is 1 by 2 with minus sign. So sigma upon 2 epsilon naught 1 by 2 with minus sign. Okay, so this is correct. Let's check Y. So along Y, this is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Upward is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught and downward is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught into cos 30 is sine 60. This is root 3 by 2. So net we can write upward sigma upon 2 epsilon naught minus sigma upon 2 epsilon naught into root 3 by 2. Taking sigma upon 2 epsilon naught common. So this comes out as 1 minus root 3 by 2. So which one is correct? This is net along plus y. So this is the correct. So A is the correct one. Done. Chaliye. So question number 17 is clear to everyone. What about this one? What about this one? This is a direct formula. You can solve. In the question it is given that if we need a magnification of 375, so magnification is given as 375 from a compound microscope. Simply we have two types of microscope. I mean simple microscope, compound, and other is then we study telescope. So in microscope we study two types, simple microscope, compound microscope. Of tube length given is, so tube length is already given, right? So L is given as 150 millimeter. Okay, and objective length of focal length, so FO is given as 5 centimeter. So we have to obtain FE. So this is the thing. So you can solve this question by two way. First you can use formula and then you can get the answer, or you can design compound microscope, take all the situation, obtain magnification produced by objective lens, obtain magnification produced by eyepiece lens, then multiply these two magnitude, you will get the answer. I mean multiply magnification produced by each individual lenses, right? So it's better to use formula. All right, so what is the formula? Tube length upon f naught 1 plus d by f. Remember this magnification, this which one, this part we have taken as final image is at distinct vision, or if it is given in the question that final image is at infinity, so instead of this you can take directly d upon f. So this thing you need to understand. In this formula everything is given. L is tube length, f naught objective lens, 1 plus d upon fe. Fe is eyepiece lens, d is what? D is what? Distinct vision 25 centimeter. Writing 25 centimeter. Keep all the units same, put all these value, you will get the answer, right? So after solving you will get around 2. So C is the correct answer. It's just a formula based. How about this one? Diffraction. One question is from diffraction. How to solve this question? Come on. So for that you need to remember here also we have different methods to solve this question. We have different methods to solve this question. How to solve that part is also important, given that visible light of wavelength, lambda is given as 6000 into 10 power minus 8 centimeter. Okay, falls normally on a single slit and produces a diffraction pattern. It is found that the second diffraction minima is 60 degree from the central maxima. Second diffraction minima is 60 degree from that central maxima. All right, so from here we are getting the hint. And what is that hint? We know that sine theta, if you see angular width, d sine theta is equal to n lambda. Yes or no? D sine theta is equal to n lambda. You must be knowing that diffraction pattern. What is that thing? D sine theta n is equal to n lambda. Yes or no? For diffraction. And this is for minima condition. If we talk about interference, so this will be maxima condition. Here this is minima condition. So from here what we can say, sine theta n is equal to n lambda by d. N lambda by d. In the first situation it is given that diffraction minima is at 60 degree from the central maxima. Second diffraction minima, second. So n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, theta is equal to 60 degree. What we can say, sine 60 degree is equal to 2 lambda by d. Equation number 1. Second equation, if the first minima is produced at theta. Now case 2, sine theta is equal to first minima, n is 1. So n is equal to 1, theta is equal to theta. So this is lambda by d. Yes or no? This is equation number 2. So we have to obtain the value of theta. So can't you obtain value of lambda by theta? So what is the value of sine 60? Sine 60 is root 3. Sine 60 is root 3 is equal to 2 into lambda by d. Either you can divide these two equations or you can put the value of lambda by d directly. It's up to you. So sine theta, you will get the value now. Yes or no? Come on. So sine theta is equal to lambda by d. And what is the value of lambda by 2? This is root 3 by 2. Oh, here also you are getting same result. Yes or no? Sorry, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, no? Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So this is root 3 by 2 into 2. So this is root 3 by 4. Now, root 3 by 4, which one is correct? Root 3 by 4 is which one is correct? So this is root 3 by 4. Neither root 3. So see, now we have to again choose approximation. We have to choose again approximation. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? So given that sine theta is equal to root 3 by 4. Can I say that we can write this as root 3 by 2 into 1 by 2? Root 3 by 2 into 1 by 2. Okay. Okay, so how to solve this? If you divide now root 3 by 4, so 1.732 upon 4. What is this value? If you divide this, so root 3 by 4, 0 point what? 0.4, around this, 0.43. So again, which one is appropriate? Which one is correct? 20 and 25. So sine 43, sine theta is sine 43. Come on everyone, आप लोग मैथ्स वाले हो ना? अब तो मुझे बता दो क्या आंसर होगा अगर इसकी वैल्यू आ जाए। इसके बराबर होगी इसकी वैल्यू। तो इफ साइन थीटा, अपने मैथ सीरीज से पूछना कि इफ साइन थीटा इज इक्वल टू 0.43, तो बताइए व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ थीटा। इट शुड बी गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन, इफ नॉट गिवन सो वी हैव टू यूज अप्रोक्सीमेशन। दैट मीन्स हियर sin 30 is 1 by 2, 0.5. Sin 30 is 1 by 2, this is 0.5. And sin 15 you can obtain. So somehow this is between 13 and 15. So this is close to like 25 degree. A is the correct answer because this is approximation. It's not like hard and fast exact you can obtain. Some logical 0.5, 0.4 is close to 25. So this is somehow like approximation. It should be given in the question the value of that value. I mean sin theta, if sin theta is, then the theta inverse is what? So after solving now you will get close to option number A. You can use calculator right now and check, are you getting 25 degree? All right, this is very conceptual. I mean very good question. I want answer. Let's see who can answer this question. This is the last question 20, because after this we have 5 more integer type questions, and integer type questions like योगेश, एक्चुअली योगेश मेरी बात हुई नहीं है. वी ऑल आर टेकिंग क्लासेस फ्रॉम डिफरेंट प्लेसेस ना, सो मेरी बात हो नहीं पाई है. नाउ कंसीडर अ कॉइल ऑफ वायर कैरिंग करंट I forming a magnetic dipole placed in the infinite plane. If phi I is the magnitude of magnetic flux through the inner region and phi naught is the magnitude of magnetic flux through outer region, then which of the following is correct? Now it's very simple question here. If we have a ring, and suppose through this ring I current is flowing, now in this particular question it is given that, so let's take phi naught is the flux due to this current inside the ring, and outside is phi I. is outside. So what is the relation between these two? What is the relation between these two? Phi I is outward. Apart from this ring, outside. Everything outside. Done, done, done. Okay. So in this situation, phi naught is equal to phi naught is minus phi. Okay. How to, is this option correct? Is this option correct or wrong? Come on. How to check? So for that, you need to memorize how electric field lines generated, or how to write magnetic field. Come on. How to write magnetic field for a current carrying wire? If we have a current carrying wire, so what we can say, inside this loop, inside the loop, we are getting cross. Yes or no? Just do one thing. Just curl your finger and thumb is pointing into the plane. All right. What about outside the ring? What is the direction of magnetic field? So outside is basically dot. Outside is dot. Outside dot. Actually, how we are getting dot? Have you ever thought why we are getting dot? Because if you see this ring in another view, like if we have a ring like this, so in actual, what is happening here? This is coming outside and like this. This is the thing. Or if you are showing into the plane, you can show this as like this one. Once again, similarly here also, like this, like this. So that means what we can conclude? We can conclude that the field lines जो कि इस लूप के अंदर से पास हो रही है, वो बाहर से कहीं से आ रही होगी, और जो अंदर से पास हो रही है वो बाहर से जाएगी, क्योंकि ये इस फॉर्म में तो होगा. एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन फॉर्म्स क्लोज्ड लूप. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन फॉर्म्स क्लोज्ड लूप. दैट मीन्स वही क्लोज लूप की कहानी यहाँ भी एप्लीकेबल है. तो जितने अंदर जितने फील्ड लाइंस पास होंगे उतने बाहर जाएंगे, क्योंकि ऐसे ही पैटर्न होगा. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि बीच में जा रहा हो बीच में खत्म हो जा रहा हो. नो, दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. दैट मीन्स इनसाइड और आउटसाइड जो होगा वो सेम होगा फ्लक्स, but the only difference is direction. If we are considering this as positive, so outside must be negative. If we are considering outside as positive, so inside negative. It's so what is the correct relation? A is the correct relation. So this is totally theoretical. Done, done, done. See, the environment of mock test is different. All right. And definitely if you compare mock test and real examination, so situations is like different, definitely. So the only solution is you need to practice as much as you can do. Do practice and try to solve new questions. If you have solved like a previous year questions, try to solve new questions, because in examination what happens, you will get new type of questions, right? In most of the mock test, if you have solved multiple books, you will find some of the questions are repeated. Also try to solve new questions. Definitely you will get some feeling of real like examination. Okay, what about this one? Come on. What about this one? A particle of mass 1 kg slides down a frictionless track AOC. This is frictionless track starting from rest at height 2 meters. This is given as 2 meter. After reaching C, particle continues to move freely in air as projectile. When it reaches its highest point 1 meter, here at this point, the kinetic energy of the particle is. It's a very, very simple question. Why? Because what is happening? A block, suppose, is coming down and then lifting to this height. So ultimately, what we can say, again we can apply logical. Decrease in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. So this is 1. So this is what? 1 meter. So decrease in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. Yes or no? Come on. Decrease in potential is equal to gain in kinetic energy. Yeah. So decrease in potential energy is mgh. So m is what? M is 1, g is 10, h is 1. So this is 10 joule. That is the final answer. और लैग हो रहा है क्या? आई थिंक भास्कर मेरी आवाज तो जा रही होगी ना? यहाँ से तो मुझे तो क्लैरिटी आ रही है, आई डोंट नो क्या इशू आ रहा है, बट समझ में आना चाहिए, इंपॉर्टेंट वो है। समझ में आ गया ना ये? राइट, चलिए, सो लेट्स मूव ऑन। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, दिस इज व्हाट, दिस इज काइनेटिक एनर्जी। What about this one? Now we have 4 more questions because total question 25, 2 integer type questions. How about this one? A Carnot engine operates between 2 reservoirs of temperature given hai. See, whenever Carnot engine is given, that means you can say efficiency is equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. Carnot engine given, efficiency is 1 minus T2 upon T1. So here this is equal to 1 minus T2 is what? 300 Kelvin. 300 upon T1 is 900. Kelvin cancel out like this. Taking this is 900, this is 900 minus 300, so this comes out as what? 600 by 900. Very simple. 0 0 0 0 2 times 3 times, so this comes out as 2 by 3. So now we have efficiency is 2 by 3. Okay, now it's right, 600 joule. Okay, so let's see how to obtain. I think you are correct. 600 joule is the correct answer, because this is a very easy question. I mean, the heat energy, although this is 2000 question, JEE 2000, but easy. The heat energy delivered by the engine to the low temperature reservoir in the circuit. Here what you have to do is you have to make this diagram. This is very simple. Source, then working substance, which is used to perform some work done, and then this is sink. This is sink. So what we can do here, if this is Q1, this is Q2, right, and W. So what we know so far, we know that Q1, whatever work, whatever heat is coming is equal to work done plus Q2, right? Efficiency we know 2 by 3. So efficiency is equal to basically 2 by 3, and the formula for efficiency is work done upon supplied Q1. It's very simple. So from here work done is already given. See, 1200 work. So this is 1200 upon Q1. So from here Q1 we can say 1200 into 3 by 2, 2 to 600. So this comes out as 1800 joule. The question is, in this question you have to obtain the heat energy delivered by the engine to the lower temperature. Means here we have to obtain Q2. Q2 is what? You can apply, you can obtain Q2. So Q2 is, from here we can say Q2 is equal to Q1 minus W. So Q1 is 1800 minus W is what? W work done is 1200. So this comes out as 600 joule. The correct answer was 600. So fill in the blanks. So this is actually 600. Let's move on. What about this one? What will be the answer of this one? Let's try to find it out. After this, 2 more questions and we will over today's class. Come on. Come on. Given that loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A. So these are the loop. You can mark A, B, C, D, F, A. 6. A point here is a point. B is X5. So this is B. Then C 5, 5, 0. That means X may you have to move 5, Y 5, Z 0. So this is C 175. Yeah, very good. 175 is the correct answer. Perfect. So A, B, C, and this is D. This is D. And then E 0, 5, 5. Okay. Yes, you need to take dot only. Or even you can do one thing, you can separately deal with different component of magnetic field. I'm telling you that method. D and then E. Where is E? 0, 5, 5. So X0, Y5, Y5 and Z. So this is E and this is F. Correct. The magnetic field in the region is given as this. Then the quantity of flux through the loop is. It's very simple. What you can do one thing. Either you can take dot product as taken by you, or you can think. So magnetic field is having 2 components. First is Bx is 3 and By is 4. Flux is basically a scalar quantity. Phi is equal to B dot A, right? What we can say that if we take only X component of magnetic field, so this will pass from this region. Yes or no? And this is value of 3. Let's talk about only x. What is the area of this loop? So area is basically base into height. What is the area? Come on. Area is, this is 5 square, no? This is 5 and this is 5. This comes out as what? 5 square. Area is 5 square. So flux is equal to 3 into 5 square. So 75. 75 now, right? Similarly, if we talk about another loop, here, so here you can see magnetic field By is 4. By is 4. By is 4. Okay, so what is the value of By? By. By will pass through which area? Come on. Sorry, this is not Y. This is Bz. This is K component. Otherwise, By is 0. This is 4K. This is my mistake. I'm just correcting here. This is Bz. Alright. Otherwise, Bz. Means magnetic field is along K cap. That means this is the reason. Getting my point? So finally, phi 2, can say phi 2. This is phi 1. This is equal to area 25 into 4. So this comes out as 100. So phi net is equal to 100 plus 75 because flux is scalar quantity. So this is 175 and साथ में Weber. Or you can do dot product directly. B dot A, take area vector, do dot product, you will get the result. It's up to you. Come on. This is the second last question of today's lecture. Come on. And thereafter, one more question. A beam of electromagnetic radiation of intensity is given as, the intensity is 6.4 into 10 to the power minus 5 with unit, right? Is comprised of wavelength given है, lambda is equal to 310 nanometer. It falls normally on metal. Work function is 2 electron volt. Of surface area given है, A is 1 centimeter square. If 1 in 10 to the power 3 photons ejected an electron, total number of ejected electron in 1 second is, alright. So while solving, if you are solving such type of question, we have very simple formula and very effective, very important formula. And what is that formula? Intensity is equal to energy per unit area per unit time into number of photons. This is the formula, alright? So here, number of photons per second, that is T, is equal to what we are getting? IA by E. Everything is given. T. I given, A given, lambda given. So if you know lambda, you can easily obtain E. Yes? Okay, now you should know this formula. I'm telling you this formula. Intensity is equal to energy per unit area per unit time into number of photons. So we'll get number of photons per second, IA upon E. Alright, number of photons. Once you know this value, then in the particular question, it is given that 10 to the power 3 photons eject 1 electron. So what you will write? Let's take this value is x. Now you will write very like simple method that 10 to the power 3 photons eject 1 electron. So this x will emit how many electrons? So 1 upon 10 to the power 3 into x. So whatever value you are getting, you have to divide by 10 to the power 3 and you will get the final answer. Getting my point? So after solving here, this is close to 10 to the power 11. This is 10 to the power 11 around this, because the question is 10 to the power x. The value of x comes out as 11. Integer based question. You can try it out and definitely you will be able to solve this question. Not difficult. Done. Okay. Last question of this lecture. Last question. Come on. Last question. A non-isotropic solid metal cube has coefficient of linear expansion given along the x-axis. First thing is non-isotropic. This is not isotropic. So linear expansion given along x-axis and 5 into 10 power minus 6 along y-axis and z-axis. So we know that for isotropic volume means gamma is equal to T alpha. This is for isotropic. And what about for non-isotropic? For non-isotropic, gamma is equal to alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus alpha 3. See, the difference between isotropic and anisotropic is very simple, that if we have a cube and if we are increasing the temperature, let's take dimensions are like I'm just changing. This is, let's take A, B, and this is C. Okay, I'm making one more diagram for better understanding. Don't get confused. Suppose we have a cube. We have a cube like this. Okay, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. How many dimensions are there? 3 dimensions. Let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. If we are increasing the temperature and if this cube is isotropic, in that case increment in each dimension must be same. That means isotropic, in that case gamma is equal to 3 alpha. But if this is non-isotropic, in that case increase in A will be different, increase in B will be different, increase in C will be different. So in this situation it is given that coefficient of linear expansion along x-axis and y and z, so these two are different. So just put all these value. So let's take, this is along x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. So what we can say, 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 plus along y-axis is 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 plus 5 into 10 to the power minus 6. That's it. So now we have to add. So here we can say 50 into 10 to the power minus 6, because all are in 10 to the power minus 6, plus 5 into 10 to the power minus 6 plus 5 into 10 to the power minus 6. So this comes out as 60 into 10 to the power minus 6. Which one is correct? No. If you see the option here, it is already given in this form. This is actually, this is n into 10 to the power minus 6 per degree C. So what is the value of n? So n comes out as 60. So here 60 is the correct answer. Done, done, done. Right. So I'm hoping that you guys are able to understand this today's 2020 7th Gen shift 1 paper. Shift 1 paper. In tomorrow's lecture, I'm going to tomorrow, I'm just writing same 2020 paper, but 7th Gen and shift 2. Right, so get ready for this. Same time, 9:30 p.m. Along with this, if you want to solve NEET previous year questions, in that case I'm doing this thing on Unacademy learning app, free classes. You can follow my profile by just entering unacademy.com/Supreet10. You will find my profile. Date is 3rd March, timing 6 to 7 p.m. and 7:15 to 8:15 p.m. All right. So for that, you can download Unacademy learning app, go to NEET section, free live classes, and Supreet Singh, you will find my profile. This is personal Telegram channel where I share all these questions. Now, if you are planning Unacademy subscriptions, so this is the right time for you, because still you have 3-4 months for your full practice. If you are purchasing Unacademy subscription, you have option of test series, doubt clearing session, and the most important is interact with top educators, right? So combinedly, if you are purchasing Unacademy subscription, you are getting all the benefits at one place. So for that, you need to download Unacademy learning app, then plus, and then NEET or JEE, whatever your target is, then get subscription. So here you need to apply Supreet 10 code to get 10% discount. So for 3 months or 6 months. So basically, if you are targeting for 2021, so I think still you can buy 3 or 6 months. Or if you're targeting for next year, 2022 and 23, in that case 1 year and 2-year plan is best for you. All right. If you want something extra, you can plan for Iconic subscription. Here you are getting some additional advantage like personal coach, study planner, expert guidance, test analysis. So for that also you need to apply Supreet 10 code to get 10% discount. And now for 1 year this is the fees 58,500, and for 2 year 90,000 is the fees. All right. So I'm hoping everything is clear, right? So this code is also important. We'll meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. on Unacademy Learning app and 9:30 p.m. on Hello Physics channel with the question of 2020 7th Gen shift number 2. All right. Till then, bye bye. Take care, everyone.